Well, hello, freedom seekers. Today we're here for a briefing on financial dysfunction that is commonly known and experienced in ethical and consensual non-monogamous relationships. And I have here with my partner, Kat, and of course, I'm non-monogamous Mark. So let's get right on into this. Talking about financial dysfunction, and this was a topic that I brought up before this whole pandemic hit. But here we are amongst us, our time in the pandemic now. And if you go back and look through the videos that I've made over the last, 3 years, I've talked about people getting to where they have multiple streams of income. That's something that we've worked on, and in fact, we worked on having multiple streams of income that are all location independent, so that we can travel and have a lifestyle that we really desire to have, and that we don't have to be stuck in one location. Don't you know there's a lot of people out there that now wish that they were a little smarter about their finances, so that they could take and have thought ahead far enough and created that kind of a life for them.
Yeah.
So that they're not either without an income or they aren't stuck. Since you only got one income, you're dependent on that income. And I know we've lost Kat's income since this whole pandemic, and we're kind of moving on fine. But so with our non-monogamous lifestyle, though, this idea of financial dysfunction can become even larger if you have multiple households that you are going around in. We have experienced that.
Absolutely.
And it can also become something that's solved if you create a non-ethically and consensually non-monogamous family unit that is a sharing unit. I mean, you're sharing sex. Why not share financial resources too?
Yeah.
And come together and live together. And, that's one of our desires, is to have some partners that we can live with. And so, is there anything that you'd like to really chime in about financial dysfunction?
Well, I think that it's important for us to remember that finances is one aspect of our lives. And it has to tie into all the other aspects and make sure that the finances are also giving you the ability to really live the life you want to live.
Yeah, and when we wrap up this series, we're going to then have one video where we talk about the solutions. And one of the things that I want to point out then is that going out and getting a whole bunch of money and having more money doesn't necessarily solve the financial dysfunction.
No.
Because there's a lot of people with a lot of money that have a lot of financial dysfunction.
Yeah.
It just creates more problems for them in their life. And that's not the life that we want you to live as an ethically and consensually non-monogamous person. We want you to be able to live a life that is a life of more pleasure and more satisfaction in your life. And so that's why we want to help you to not be financially dysfunctional. And we thank you for tuning in with us today.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.